if you're wondering about the opponent for this week, Yerk, the Raiders, they're down to 29th in their, according to PFF, in their O-line rankings. I don't think that's a surprise, especially if you watched any of the game against Washington. That was ugly. I mean, not only does their D-line have some problems and their defense, their front seven really got gashed on the ground by Washington, but the O-line was a problem too. Even Colton Miller, who generally is a pretty damn good player, I thought at times did not look great in the Washington game in Week 3. So the Raiders are down to 29th. The Raiders' front five surrendered 19 pressures, including 3 sacks on 34 pass plays against the Commanders. The unit's 67.6 PFF pass blocking efficiency rating ranks second worst for Week 3. Right guard Alex Kappa gave up 7 pressures and earned a 24.5 PFF pass blocking grade. That's bad.
Not good.
He allowed pressure on 19.4% of pass plays, which was the worst rate amongst all the guards last week. Go get him, Bears.
Yep. Go take advantage of them.
Go get him.
Whether it's Grady Jackson, Dexter, Grady Jarrett, or whether it's Gervin.
Javon
Dexter, our guy, Gervin. Yeah, whether it's Dexter. I'm better with numbers. 50, 99. I'm better with
50,
numbers.
99, you're right. I love it.
Those guys need to make it happen. That's what we're waiting for.
It's like the momentary lapse of, wait, which guy
of
do I
reason.
want to talk
Yeah,
about?
momentary lapse of reason.
It's just the name thing is so funny. It'll never not be
for
funny.
you.
It'll never not be funny. Cleveland is 30th. The Bengals are a disaster with their O-line. How could you not get it right when you've got Joe Burrow? And I know Joe Burrow's hurt, but like, what are you doing? And then the same goes for Houston. You know, that you think the Bears O-line is bad and it was bad last year, and it certainly wasn't great. Houston's a disaster.
Yeah.
An absolute disaster. And you got a young quarterback.
That's why the quarterback might be having problems.
Jeez, man. Like, what are you doing?
It should be better there. I don't understand why it's not.
Let me see where they have. I just want to scroll and see where they have the Giants, too, because they're throwing Jackson Dart to the Wolves this week, right, Yerk?
I believe they are.
And that's 28th. And see, that's like, and I mentioned this earlier in the week, this is the internal, okay, we can't be overreactionary and emotional fans. That's our job.
Right.
We can be reactionary, but we can, and you know, I try not to be for our job all the time, but I'm a fan that we're talk show hosts. We get passionate. We run a little hot.
We do.
I might not be taking the most, like, what would you say, sort of pragmatic, like even-keeled approach sometimes. You know, we see things, we react, we're fans like that. I'm a fan.
Sure you are.
I've got that in me, and I'm like, after week 1, I'm like, how the hell could Brian Daboll keep starting Russell Wilson? Russell Wilson's terrible. And don't buy into what happened in Dallas either. I mean, we see what that Dallas defense is. And you saw it again last Sunday night. He's terrible. You can't keep playing him. That's easy for me to say. Internally, they're looking at the situation going, Andrew Thomas is just coming back. Our O-line still stinks, even with Andrew Thomas. We're not very good. Are we going to ruin Jackson Dart? Because we have plenty of history in the NFL that tells us you can kind of ruin a quarterback if you're not careful by throwing him out there behind a bad offensive line. Throwing him to the Wolves. And then he starts seeing ghosts, and that's it. Like, it's really hard then for him to ever get it back. We've seen examples here. We've seen examples around the league. So I get it. The internal conversations are different than the ones we're having on Sports Talk Radio, that you're having amongst your friends, or that you're having at the water cooler. Because that's the fan in us looking at it like, hey, you spent the first-round pick on Jackson Dart. Play him. What are you getting out of Russell Wilson? The answer is nothing. So I get the conversations could be a little bit different. I still think the Giants are doing the right thing by going to Jackson Dart because Russell Wilson does stink. I heard our buddy Mark Schlereth on Rich Eisen's show earlier this week. I don't know if you guys caught this, if Fleck and Abdallah did as they were waiting to go on the air. They go on, remember, every day after Rich Eisen at 2. I mean, he took Russell Wilson to the woodshed, Yerk, and he was accusing him, like, not so subtly. Remember how we joked when we got in here Monday morning? We're like, what could a quarterback of Russell Wilson's experience be thinking? Throwing the ball between the uprights on 4th down.
And so what you're telling me is that he did it on purpose, is what he's saying.
Schlereth was saying, like, not so subtly, that's a quarterback worried about throwing another interception to pad his stats and his legacy. That's pretty bad if that's the case.
Yeah.
Now, because Schlereth's point was, how else can you explain someone of Russell Wilson's stature throwing the ball through the uprights on 4th down? It is inexplicable.
You've got to try to squeeze something in.
Like if they said, remember the famous story when Jurko, the bunch of O-linemen are going down in Jacksonville, and the O-line coach comes up and they go, Jurko, if one more goes down, you're next.
You're in.
Like if things got so bad in New York, and I happened to be standing on the sideline, and Brian Daboll came up to me and said, Carmen, you're next. I would know on fourth down not to throw the ball between the uprights.
Yeah.
I would know that. I would go, wait, the game's on the line and it's fourth down. I would know not to throw it between the uprights. I don't know how you explain it. And I don't know how you can go back to Russell Wilson after that. Go ahead, Chris. I know you wanted to say something.
No, I was going to say, we were listening to that. I didn't really think of anything when he was talking about Russ, but I did note his great joke about Matt Eberflus getting the best of Caleb Williams, getting the most out of Caleb Williams
that was
over
funny.
the weekend. It was like, oh, yeah, Schlereth.
Like out of nowhere.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah. And how about Matt Eberflus finally getting the best out of Caleb Williams
That was
for one?
pretty funny, actually.
It's like, all right.
And then,
yeah.
of course,
good.
buttoned up Rich Eisen to be like, well, Caleb Williams did have a 4-touchdown game last
Rich.
year.
He's like, you got to roll with the joke.
Listen, Rich.
We get it.
We get it, Mr. NFL Network.
Yeah, you got to roll with the joke. That was pretty good. So, maybe after that display on Sunday night, and that last sequence especially, they're like, look, we got no choice. But they're throwing him to the Wolves in a sense, Yerk, because Chargers have a good defense. They have a little bit of a soft spot after that at New Orleans. But then listen to this. After the New Orleans game, Philly, Denver's D on the road, and then Philly again. So I don't know where the soft landing spot is. Maybe next week against New Orleans. Maybe not so much this week against the really good Charger defense. But I think they just had it with Russ, especially after Sunday. And they're like, we're going to do this. Let's go.
Right, might as well.
Maybe the advantage they have is that you get a Charger team coming off of
an emotional victory.
3 straight division games and an emotional victory, crossing the country for breakfast football. And maybe you say, this is a good spot for him.
You get a Green Bay lapse. The lapse that Green Bay had in Cleveland. There's no way in the world Green Bay should lose to Cleveland. 9 times out of 10, they'll beat them.
That's right.
But after winning 2 games, they went on the road, and there was a formidable pass rush that Jordan Love was facing, and he was harassed all day.
You're right about that.
And they shot themselves in the foot, Green Bay, as they have a tendency maybe to do on the road. Were penalized, I think, 10 total times.
Yeah, I think that's right. It was
and
a lot.
Late in the contest, each side had a penalty. One was an offsides penalty that turned a 1st and 10 into a 1st and 5, and then there was another one on the other side that put them in a situation where they're behind the sticks. So that might happen to a team that's traveling.
Right.
Some will tell you Jim Harbaugh doesn't allow that to happen.
Yeah, that's a fair enough point about Harbaugh having his team ready, even when the body clock's a little off. He could have his team prepared for it. But I don't know that there's really a soft landing other than maybe the New Orleans game next week. So I think they figured, because like I said, after that, it's a division game against Philly on the road at Denver. You don't want to do that. You talk about throwing a kid to the Wolves.
Sir.
Philly again. San Fran. San Fran lost Nick Bosa, but still, maybe they figured this is just the best time to do it. Let's go.